I'm at Huangpu, Guangdong province, and the big ship next to me, this is the first China's self-developed subsea inspection vessel, and today it's just delivered. And why China needs to build this kind of ship, I would like to tell you more through today's live stream. You can tune in with CCTV, CGTN for more discoveries. So we'll bring you the live stream today. So with our speed up in the offshore oil exploration, we have more and more pipelines placed undersea. So for the pipeline or the oil spilling always cause big issues to the marine environment. Right now we still do the manual inspections. We cannot really tell exactly or accurately where the problem is undersea. And with this big giant vessel that help us to know more about what's going on under the sea. So I will show you more into details, and I invite my special guest today to tell the stories behind the scene. And Mr. Shan, please show us more details, insights. We are at the marine plant. Okay. Okay, Mr. Shan, please show us more about the details. Good morning to all the viewers. My name is Mr. Shan. My name is Shan Xueyong from CNOOC. I'm also in charge of the project. We dedicated ourselves in offshore oil exploration, and we also want to create a beautiful environment to the sea. We have around 5,300 miles under the sea of our paths, and for Bohai areas, there are around 1,600 miles, that equal to the distance from Beijing to Hunan. We started by the end of the 1980s. We invested a lot in inspections, and to further protect our environment, CNOOC established 9 teams, 9 vessels, and 6 out of 9 actually produced from here. We think about the vessel as the guard of the sea. So this is the doctor. Today you see the blue and white one, that's the doctor. So help us to inspect or diagnose the risk or potential risk, so we can take the actions ahead of time. So this is not just the China's first professional subsea inspection vessel, and this is also the professional one around the world. So this is China's first and the world's first subsea pipeline inspection ship. Then tell us more, what's the features behind. So for this one, equipped a lot of cutting-edge inspection devices. Before for CNOOC, we also did a lot of inspection jobs, but we just used the very normal ships. So that's a part of the celebration, because today is the big day. It's for the delivery day. Okay, let's back to the story. For CNOOC, we just use the very normal ships and equipment, and also have the divers to help us to diagnose the undersea pipeline. But that's really low efficiency and high cost. 5 years ago, our engineers from CNOOC think whether we can gather in all the devices on the same platform, so we can provide a more accurate, higher efficient, and more professional way to do the inspection. So the ship, we have the lifting flipper. So on that flipper, it also had a lot of different kinds of the equipments. So sonar and the other acoustic detection devices. And we also have magnetometer, also the subsea robots. We have the robot arms, and also the subsea cameras. All these high technologies give us the very clear pictures of the undersea pipelines. So during our test, all approved with very good results. So for this inspection vessel, we talk about it can give us a very clear picture of the pipeline. And also can be the scientific inspections can get us the pictures or snapshot of the submarine environment. So during our pilot plan, actually we saw a lot of different resources underlines. So actually this got very clear picture of the submarine geomorphy. It gave us the picture just like the doctor doing CT at the hospital. And for the radar equipped on is designed for inspection vessel. We're seeing the 4 melts actually can help us to see whether oil overflow or not. So we are at the tail part of the vessel, and the very tall one, this is called A-frame. It can angle to 150 degrees. And there is a hydraulic tank behind. This is to help us do the job at the tail part of the vessel. So for the A framework that actually can lift the pipeline, and we can do the repairment or the maintenance job. So we talk about this is not only for inspection and also can do the repairment and maintenance job. Yes. We talk about the maintenance, actually also part of its job. So this vessel is gathering the function of inspection, operation, and maintenance. So besides we do the job to the pipelines, and we also can lay down the subsea fiber, optical fiber. So what's the role or the position around the world for this one? I put it in this way. It's fair to say that all these technologies actually all exist around the world, but there is no one platform gathering all of them. So this is the first platform, not only in China, also around the world, to gathering all these hard techs on the same place. Before, I did a project for the Shell or for Philips. These giant companies, they didn't have this. So what is this one? So this is the for the pop or for the riding wheels that will all from here. So this can help us to lift the pipelines to upper levels, and this can capable of lifting 60 tons of pipelines. So this can work undersea around 50 meters. All equipment on board can reach to 500 meters underseas, like Bohai areas, Hananda areas, Zhujiang areas, as all can covered. It can cover all these oil drilling areas. The blue equipment here, this is we call it magnetometer winch. Because for the material we used under the sea is all made in steel, so it can create magnetism. So by putting this equipment under sea, it can help us to test the magnetism and to test what's going on, whether they can function well or not. So this is also the tool to help us to see whether everything goes in a very healthy way. Submarine. Another one, this is the sonar equipment. So we put it at the tail of the vessel, so it can gather in and collect the sonar signals to test the submarine geomorphy and the performance of pipeline. This is all cutting edge devices. So in the cabin and also the lifting flippers, we have the robots. And I will invite my project manager to show you more details. Just now, Mr. Shan showed us the overall pictures and the background stories. And we talk about the magnetometers and the sonars. As the project manager, would you please show us more the highlights? We have the ROA on the deck. So that's the submarine robot. So when we do the subsea inspection, once we found something need or more work, we put this robot undersea, and it can help the divers to do the professional maintenance work and also the specific inspections. So this is a tool. So this is the robot. So this is our subsea robot, and this is the robotic arms. So this is the eyes of the robot, and also look at this is the hand. So in the scientific movie or in just movies, Titanic, at the very beginning of the movie, they used the subsea robot to get the undersea pictures, images, and actually that took by the robot. Actually, robot is not only for the operations, marine maintenance, for the submarine geomorphy and other jobs can all be done by other equipment. And there are 4 propellers. And in the middle, we have another 2 propellers. So we put the robot undersea, so it can help it to change the directions. It's going up or down. So all the movements actually controlled by the propellers. So through the camera, we find the correct positions, and we let the robot do the job through the robotic arms. So we also made some pilot. So I believe we have video clip. We can show how we really operate the robot. So we have the extended arms, and we also have hydraulic engines. So this can either work above the sea, under the sea. And we also have sleepers. So that is yellow one, we call it a sleeper. So we talk about this is a cable actually to link the main body, and also think about the vessel as a mother and the robot as the baby. So we use the yellow cable to link these 2 together. And that yellow cable also help us to collect and transit data. So this can cover around 400 meters. So this can work around 400 meters. So let's go forward to look at the other devices. So these are all our control devices. So through the cameras and the pictures is sent back and everything put back into this control room. So everything actually all controlled by this room. Any other highlights you would like to talk about? We have the winch in the middle, and we have the A-frame. So this is the white one. And we can change the scope of the A-chain. So A-frame actually can do the scope of 150 meters. So that can help us to lift the pipelines or the cables under the sea. And for the right one is our lifeboats. So for the if the case that happened, and that's the lifeboats can help us to do the rescue. Normally we have around 18 people working, and this actually is capable to accompany 30 people to stay 15 days. We have around 12 rooms. And we also have the carbon for fresh water, and everything is a daily needs. All actually can put here for around 15 days. So for the engine, actually, it's powered by electricity, or so this is a really cutting edge technology used. Actually, all need as a DP2. That's need the electricity. So it's actually everything powered by electricity. So DP2 right now is the level actually is divided from level 1, level 2, level 3. For larger scale of offshore oil exploitation, use DP3. And for this one, we use the DP2. I can tell this is also need a very mega powers. And everything actually, I can tell you on this ship's all high tech. And we have another 4 diesel engines. And that help us to save the energies through the frequency charger. So that help us to everything operate in a very economical way, but also not really damage to its performance. So the electrical machines we all use here are also very environmental friendly. Yes, we use different ways, so that also help us to save the engines, save the energies, and also help us to increase the efficiency. Let's get into the carbon. So this is a place our peoples work and live. So this is divided into 4 stores, 4 floors. So this is a place where we are living and working. So for floor 3 is our offices, and also we have the senior people living at the floor 3. Floor 1 and floor 2 is also the rooms for our junior people to live, and also that's we have the room for the daily supplies. And we also have the room like this one is for the data analysis and also collect the information data to do a lot of the analysis work. We'll talk about inspections, the image, audio, video, everything all will gather here. route. So this will give us a better view. So it's very easy to tell from here. So on the deck, do you know what's the pit or the hole on the deck in green? So take a guess, I will show you more later. So that's the white big frame, that's our A frame. We have ROA, that's the undersea robots, and they will cooperate with each other to do our subsea pipeline operation, maintenance, inspections, and also work with other vessels to do more undersea water works. The white one, that's the live float. So that's 30 people, so we need to equip 60 live float. So live floats, just as normally it looks like, but for emergency cases, it can be unfolded and can float on the sea. So we need to protect ourselves, make sure we also safe when the emergency happened. We also have the lifeboats, the red one. And this is the wear rope. This is specifically for the inspection or to give us the picture of submarine geomorphy. So this is more for the geographic and environmental purpose. And also help us to collect the data. So this is the equipment for geographic inspections. So we collect audio and video data. And this is for ventilation. So for emergency, we will get on the boat from here. So after we're all on the lifeboats, and we will move the boats on the water to the surface of the water. So this is the lifeboats. We have a lot of the equipment to make sure everyone working on the ship are safe, and the total investment is around 150 million RMB. We all know for the engineering on the sea actually is a high risk as also the high investment, and we also need to do good to the environment. So back to the day one when we start to design the vessels. First, it should be cutting edge, leading the world. And number two, it should be practical and innovative. So based on our oil engineering projects, we have a lot of different features and demands for different projects, and we also have different functions of vessels. So we optimize the functions we had before, plus the cutting edge technologies as I just introduced. That's all very professional equipment. And at the higher deck, we also have the lifting flippers. So on that flipper, we have very, very advanced acoustic detection devices. So all these devices actually is on the flippers, and the flippers will be lowered to the submarine. So anything that made of steel, it can be detected by our acoustic detection devices. So the pits, you can see the green ones, actually that's the lock, the land locker to link the containers. So that's the place to place containers. That's the food lock. So we didn't have the containers yet. So for the oil equipment, actually, it's all built in the module mode. So if like we want to be highly equipped the vessel, then we will bring more vessels on the deck. So we can bring more containers or less containers depend on our needs. So we talk about we place actually the pipelines or this kind of the inspection vessels, whether they have the impact to the marine vessels. So for the subsea pipelines, depends on its life cycle. For pipeline, it's also linked to our offshore oil exploitation. So we do the evaluation to see the offshore exploitation should last for 20 years. So the pipelines also designed for the life of 20 years. Of course, the underseas will have different like waves or the different factors that can change the performance and life cycle of a pipeline. So our pipeline is half hidden undersea, and because of different issues, then maybe you can find the pipelines actually floating and fluctuate under the sea, that maybe have the additional modernization. Actually, you cannot really tell from the look. Only by our vessels, inspection vessels, we found that the hardness is changing or the thickness is changing. Then this is we can tell it's very, very high tech or it's very professional to tell us the potential risk, and we can do the maintenance work ahead of the time to prevent and avoid the losses. So talk about marine vessels, I believe that's really limited impact to the animals submarine. All the materials, everything we're doing, we of course take the consideration of the marine vessels. So this is overall the layout map. So we on board from this area. This is the first deck, the tail part. And this is, we look at, this is the live boats. That's in color right, as we just saw. And we are here at place A. And this is also the areas for our daily work and daily life. These are canteen. This is how they live, and this is their cafeteria. A big round table, and actually you can see all the chairs are fixed because the whole vessels need to have the capability to resist 12 levels of wind. So we all had that the seasickness. We tell that the people working on the vessel, they are all go to all different kind of waves and winds. No, it's not. Actually, we all had that seasickness. but we have our way to deal with it. So it's like the maze. And this is the area with a very thick and heavy door. And this is one we mentioned a lot. This is the lifting flipper. And we have cable car at the top, and that help us to lift up or send it down. You can see this is a very deep, and it can actually place directly subsea. So the whole or the shape is like a flipper shape, or we talk like a water drop shape. So when they start to work, we place it down and lower the surface of the sea. So we talk about all the acoustic detection devices are all equipped in that lifting flipper. So that's the old acoustic detectors. So that's a sonar. So we have a single wave or multi-wave sonars. That's all equipped inside the lifting flippers. So just now we were at deck A, we are going to deck B. So the deck B means floor 2, or this is floor 3. It's our captain, Mr. Zhao. So welcome all of you here, and would you please introduce a little bit about the background of the ship and how so the people's working on the vessel, and maybe something secret you also would like to share with us. Hello to all. Life on the vessel, it depends on the durations we stay on the vessel, so we need to also need to bring the enough daily supplies, and also can do some exercise on the board and do some cyclings or runnings, more or less the same as our life on the land. So talk about the vessels, we think the life conditions also much better, so we can talk about the accommodations or the entertainment on board actually richer or more comfortable. We also can watch TVs through the satellite. And we also have the gym on the vessel. So we have a lot to do on board on the vessels. It's not that boring. So also the room actually is very good. And you can see here in my room actually there's the equipment here can help us to gathering. Actually this is the navigation where we are heading. And also have the walkie-talkies for communication. And also this is for the control room. Actually everything all can be seen in my room. I all know that there is a safe case in the captain's room. Do you know where it is? Actually, we didn't find it. So let's find the steel case together, the safe case. So this is your bedroom. We tried yesterday, but we didn't find it. So this is my bedroom. It's not a big one. So work, life, all combined together. So would you please tell us your safe box? Actually, it's not in my room. It's called Captain's safe box, but it's not in my room. So this is our meeting room. For the trainings, meetings, actually all here. So we'll gather all the seamen together, and we'll have the screen for PPT, and we also have the video monitoring system, and also can watch TV here. And we also have the local area network. That's for the communication, marine communication. And we are coming to this room. So this is the bridge, actually for the drivings. So you can see this is the inspections that can help us, or the radars help us to test the way ahead. So that will send us the signals or the warnings whether as potential risk ahead of our way. And there's another radar to tell us whether we have the other neighbors sailing next to us, so that to help us to see on the same area how many other vessels are traveling. And this is the holding driving panels, and for the left and right. So this is because of the two engines. Actually, normally we use one, another one is for backup. So this is can change the speed and directions. So we have two propellers. So everything actually is very easy control, easy to operate. So it can be speed up, slow down, just through this button. It's very easy to control. And also can make us to do U-turn. So when the vessel's moving horizontally, we will use this one to help us. So this is the independent one. So it's powered by electricity. So we have another electric motor on board. And this is a map. We can see exactly where we are and the conditions are surrounding us and the depth of the water. All will reflect on the map. The same as our GPS is for the navigation. This is more professional and specific for marine purpose. And for the navigation signals, so we will also send the different signals to the other vessels for communication. So this is the same language that used around the world. Yes, around the world it's the same standards. Like different colors. Like left is right, red is yellow. So we will send the signals. We all know for where they're heading is on the left-hand side or right-hand side. Actually, all these the same language used around the world, based on the same standards. And this is for the alarming system. And we also have wipers. So during the bad weather conditions, we also have the wipers to help us. It's quite same like the cars. So this is actually the radio station we're talking about. We use the marine satellite to send the signals, and through the wireless way we send the signals. We have the different stations in China, and we also have, like, say, we normally use channel 3 for the communication. And this is the detection. The number tell us is whether we above the sea around 13.7 meters. So that's tell us the depth level of the vessel. And this is the scan picture. This is a live picture. Help us to scan the pictures subsea. And this is to test the speed. This tests the navigation speed and also provides the information of the wave speed. We also have the speed, that speed to the land and speed to the sea. So we provide two speed. And we also have the information of the wind level, the direction of the wind. So this all provide the information to us. So the information involving the wind, the waves, and the speed. And this is for the weather. And we also use GPS for positioning. So when we perform the operation and the maintenance work or the inspection work, we use GPS for positioning. Yes, let's say we need to operate the work. That spot next to it is an island. We can test the working spot to that island, the distance in between. So why we put this room at the tail? Actually, here provide the better view and the higher level. And here we talk as DP is dynamic positioning. So it can operate automatically and it also can operate manually. So you say I tap in a route and you start the DP system, and the DP will move to the route you tap in. It seems like a driver license experience is more or less the same, so we use the DP system. And this is our internal used phone for the internal communication. So everything equipped on the vessels actually should be specifically designed for the purpose of marine, and everything actually you can see a lot of like the chairs as also like the phones as all fixed on board or on the surface to make sure everything's stable. That's for the specific feature of the vessel or anything floating on the water. So today is the big day. It's officially delivered. And what is the next step? I believe just now we have a brief understanding of the whole vessels. For this vessel, we will also do some preparations like the daily supplies and the other equipments, certificates should be all meet the standards. Around 20 days later, we will have our first trip heading to Bohai area. So Bohai believe ready to welcome the vessel. There's a vast ocean waiting for the inspection vessels to perform its duty. So we are very proud to say this is the China first made pipeline inspection vessels and also fill in the gap. And this will do good to the marine environment and also the pipeline inspection work. All the seamen and everyone that contribute to this vessel to say hi to all our viewers. Let's look at our heroes. So please say hi to all our viewers. They are the contributors for this vessel. Thanks to them, we had this China's #1, the first subsea pipeline inspection vessels, and they will do good, protect our environment, marine environment. And we use 1 hour today to show all our viewers the first China developed and built subsea pipeline inspection vessels. This will help us to eliminate dangers and avoid losses and protect the environment. Thank you for watching.